Also with me is our other sister, Kimberly, who is on watch now that both Jenna and I got married at the age of 28. So Kimberly, you have 4 years to prepare, and prepare John as well. I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight to this beautiful wedding and reception in honor of Jenna and, well, actually, you know, Chris is the 4th Chris in our family. My husband's Chris, and we have 2 cousins Chris. So I think to avoid some confusion tonight, we're going to call you Chuck the rest of the night. So, congratulations on your wedding, Jenna and Chuck. As you may know, this is a wedding reception. However, for those of you unfamiliar with wedding receptions, here's a quick rundown of what will be happening tonight. Speeches, pie charts, cake, eating, celebrating Chris and Jenna's love, but mostly we will be partying like rock stars. And that's all well and good, but why are we here tonight partying like rock stars? To celebrate a marriage, obviously, but why get married in the first place? Well, historically, there have been a lot of reasons people get married. I'm not sure myself which category Jenna and Chuck fall into, but it's definitely one of these. Why people marry. To never have to hear, when are you getting married again? Scared of dying alone. Free kitchen appliances. Green card. You're knocked up. Are you knocked up? No. To unite the kingdoms of Spain, so the feds can't make you testify against each other. Or to make a lifelong commitment of love and respect. People tend to think that with marriage, you marry your fiancé. But as I've learned from years of watching romantic comedies, that actually isn't usually the case. In fact, the fact that Jenna is marrying the man she was engaged to tonight appears to be highly unusual. As you can see, who you are going to marry according to romantic comedies? Most likely, least likely. Most likely, your long-lost love who you broke up with 5 years ago to move across the country, but who you bumped into at a bar the night before your wedding. Very likely. Your fiancé's gruff but attractive best friend. Very likely. A free-spirited stranger you are forced to drive cross-country with when your flight to the wedding is canceled last minute. Matthew McConaughey. And least likely is your fiancé. However, I think it's clear that Jenna and Chuck were meant to be together from the start. 4 years ago, Chris was a teacher and a fish fan. And you know what they say about fish fans. 99% pot smokers, 1% Chris Kessler. Thank you, Jared, for that one. Jenna was a young law student who eventually became the lawyer we are so proud of today. I'm not really sure what lawyers do with their time, but I think it looks something like this. 5% coffee, 5% researching case files, 15% surfing the internet, 25%, these numbers obviously are way off, 25% calculating how long it will take to pay off your student loans, and 50% calculating the perfect closing argument for a hypothetical all-star murder trial. When Jenna first met you, Chuck, she saw in you those qualities that she eventually fell in love with. Your height and your ability to reach things on the top shelves. Oh, but there were other things too. Things you happen to share with Rick Astley. As you can see, both Rick Astley and Chris are never going to give you up. They're never going to let you down. They're never going to run around or desert you. They won't make you cry. They won't tell a lie. And they won't hurt you. Rick Astley, however, is an 80s pop star, and we're not quite sure if Chris was doing that in the 80s. Anybody? And Rick Astley is a ginger, which obviously, Chris, you are not. So you do have that one thing. In fact, well, they are two very different people. They are compatible where it counts most. Booze. Jenna, I hope you're taking down all this information because weddings will be very important in your future. Since, as you can see, the number of husbands you have is growing at an exponential rate. And by this time next week, you will have well over 4 dozen husbands. It's a good thing then that weddings are typically a woman's domain. Men, on the other hand, could really care less about weddings. In fact, most men wouldn't be here tonight if not for these reasons. One of you is here because you're the groom. A few of you are here because you're groomsmen. Many are here to hook up with bridesmaids.
Sorry.
The rest of you, many of you are here because your wife made you come. And the rest of you men are here for the open bar. You don't have to clap everyone. And because of that open bar, experts are predicting a mini baby boom in approximately 10 months. As you can see, the number of babies born in March 2013 with an open bar at Jenna and Chris's wedding, lots. With the cash bar at Jenna and Chris's wedding, not so much. So good job. Chuck, since that open bar won't follow you home, and since I've been married approximately 35,000 times as many hours as you have been married, I feel quite qualified to give you this advice: how to tell if something is wrong with your wife. There's a small chance she'll tell you something is wrong. But more likely, if you ask, she'll say nothing is wrong. And then that's how you know something is wrong. Jenna, don't worry, I have something for you too. Pre-marriage, if you get flowers, you think, oh, how sweet. Post-marriage, you think, what did you do? And also a warning. Gas pre-marriage, he says, it was John. Gas after marriage, he says, honey, come here for a second. Dutch ovens are a real and very terrible thing, Jenna. I'm sorry to warn you. To finish, we wish you both love, happiness, joy, and cousins? Did you know that Paris get into this chart again? So let's all raise a glass and toast the happy couple and wish them love, joy, happiness, and a pair of